Yo, what is going on? And what the hell? What the hell? I don't think, and let me try and pull this up right now, just because it's been a minute, right? And there's been times where I tried posting a couple of YouTube videos, but they didn't come out the way I wanted. I just said my main shit is on Instagram. Like I don't really need to talk on YouTube that much. Let's take a peek. Let's take a really quick peek. Jets stay undefeated. Blues lose 3-2. 19 views 5 months ago. I haven't posted a video in 5 months. And there's been so many things in between. So many things. I mean, I ended up going to the Winter Classic. That was fucking cool. Four Nations happened. Benner played great. Parayko's been sick. Out of Four Nations, the St. Louis Blues is like, what the living fuck is happening? What the hell is going on? Four Nations comes around. Blues, hot. Win, win, win. Loss, win, win, loss. And those losses, they deserve to win. The one against the Jets, where they barely lost. Scored. Got scored on late. Hofer let in one late in the final 30 seconds with the empty netter. Game gets tied. Jets win. The 6-3 loss against Dallas, too. That should have been a win. Special teams absolutely killed it. I'm looking at some of these right here is like mostly a Nick Leddy rant, TBH, 5 months ago. That is absolutely insane. And now the St. Louis Blues have won 12 fucking straight wins. That absolutely blows my mind that the St. Louis Blues have completely turned it around. And I'm going to go into kind of why this is. The St. Louis Blues have kind of always had like kind of an iffy roster. There's always been some question marks. Can Colton Parayko play at a number one D-man level? Can Justin Falk return the form as he was 2 to 3 years ago? Is Nick Leddy a cone? Are some of these moves that Doug Armstrong do they make sense? Are they good? Well, I mean, for starters, let's really quickly go over and talk about Dylan Holloway and Philip Broberg. Holloway, since Jim Montgomery, has been over a point per game. I think he's at a point per game right now. Unfortunately, he's hurt, but a point per game. Dylan Holloway, former first-round pick, 23-year-old winger. Dylan Holloway, point per game player. Then you have Philip Broberg, who tonight, honestly, there's been a couple times against the Nate Dog. He looks solid. Dude, he's a grinder. He scored plenty of game-winning goals this year. The offer sheets by Doug Armstrong are absolutely masterclass. Absolutely masterclass. Then the fact that you fired a man that you respected, a man that you trusted, a man that you were going to have patience to with this roster. You fired Drew Bannister. Terrible coach. No offense to Drew Bannister. The situation obviously wasn't great, but clearly look at where we're at now. Drew Bannister struggled as a St. Louis Blues head coach. Jim Montgomery gets fired. Doug Armstrong says, let me eat. Let me eat. And what do? They bring in Jim Montgomery and they blow out the New York Rangers at home. And at that time, the Rangers are kind of a dog. Now they suck. Weird year so far. And Jim Montgomery just takes his team and it goes good. But we had some setbacks along the way. Bennington wasn't playing his best hockey. I felt like the team was still out of touch with everything. I'm still trying to figure out like good, solid line combinations, and the young guys are trying to figure it out. St. Louis blew it in the middle of the season trade for Cam Fowler, and holy fuck, that's been such a good trade. Seriously, unreal. Unreal trade. Unbelievable. Cam Fowler is a dog. Cam Fowler comes in. He plays top pair with Colton Parayko. Dude is a dog. Scores 2 goals in the Winter Classic game that I saw with my eyes right in front of me. It was sick. Gross with my dad and my brother. Gross. And this Blues team, roster-wise, looks solid. You have Robert Thomas, who's normally a point per game or even more than a point per game player. You have Jordan Kyrou, who scored 30-plus goals in every season in the last 3 years. Dylan Holloway, even though before, the whole Montgomery thing, he was still a solid player. He had the skill. You could see it with your own 2 eyes. He has the speed and he has the grind set, man. Like, that dude is not afraid to get in the corner and just grind that shit out. I also thought Matthew Joseph was really good. I really liked him. Buchnevich had it down, a little slump. Neighbors kind of took a little bit to get going, but Here's where it all turned around, and I'm not kidding. Jordan Bennington. Jordan Bennington put on a show. Before Four Nations, I felt like he was very mediocre. He was the year previous, dude, top of the world. This year, down. He went from bad, then the next year, holy shit. Then the next year, It's like Benner need to figure some shit out. And then he goes to Four Nations. Game goes into overtime, and you're stopping best of the best. You're making desperation saves on Brady Kachuk. You're robbing Austin Matthews of a couple goals. And then Connor McDavid comes down and wins it in overtime. You don't think that locker room is absolutely fucking pumped to go to JB and say, dude, monster saves, we won this because of you. You look at the thing with John Cooper. He says, big time moments for big time guys like you. You deserve this. Like, hearing this, Jordan Bennington, he got his swagger back. And then they come back, Four Nations. Blues didn't go to Four Nations, Parayko and Bennington. They did something during that break. They got together. They worked on something. They got to work. They must have, because they come out and they light it up. The Shen, Holloway, Kyrou line was hot. Thomas was always a dog. Neighbors started to get going. Buchnevich slowly started to get going. Best thing you could ask for. Bolduc, what the hell? Buddy potted 2 goals today. Monster shot. This little kid, drafted first round in 2021, almost has 20 goals. Unreal. It's just everything is working out. Parayko gets hurt. Justin Falk makes a step up. Justin Falk was nearly playing at a point per game during this little win streak at one point. Cam Fowler has been, Detroit Red Wings overtime goal, and then he also set up the play in order to tie it in the final 30 seconds. Cam Fowler, huge piece without Colton Parayko. Broberg with the overtime win against the Vancouver Canucks. Everybody on this team is contributing. They officially have 12 straight wins. They have officially broken the franchise record for most consecutive wins in a season. Last done, the 2018-19 season, where they went from last place to they're here. And they won the Stanley Cup. This is bonkers. Bonkers. Look at my room. I'm such a fucking loser. Look at this. Blues. I'm 24 with the Blues room. Loser status. But I don't care. They're fucking hot. They're sick. This is phenomenal. I'm going to spend so much damn money on plane tickets and playoff tickets for this team in every round. I promise you. This is a magical run. Hi, Sadie. I see you, girl. This is a magical run. It's been unreal. Here comes my dog. Where are you getting to? Huh? Yeah, and here's the deal. If this YouTube video gets, let's aim for 100. Let's aim for, I don't know. Let's do something. Let's aim for 50 likes. Let's do 50 likes, 100 some views. I don't care. I will place a $100 bet on the St. Louis Blues to win the Stanley Cup. Right now, plus 3,700. If they were to win, the payout would be $100 to $3,700. I would give 250 of those dollars or a jersey of any choice away to anybody. Anybody who follows, likes, whatever. I'll figure that out as the time comes. But, that's a promise. That's a promise. If they were to win the Stanley Cup. If they don't win the Stanley Cup, I'm a poor college boy. So, I got nothing. But, seriously, phenomenal run. Shout out to Doug Armstrong for creating this team. Shout out to Jim Montgomery. Shout out to Doug Armstrong getting the balls to get Jim Montgomery. The dump a guy, Jim Montgomery. Shout out to Jim Montgomery. Shout out to Bolduc. Shout out to Thomas, 5-point night. Shout out to Neighbors, 20-goal scorer. Shout out to Kyrou, going to be a 35-goal scorer. Shout out to Holloway, point-per-game player. Shout out to Cam Fowler, absolute dog. Shout out to Colton Parayko, was top 4 in Blues goal scoring. Shout out to Jordan Bennington playing unreal. Shout out to Joel Hofer, still finding ways to win. Shout out to the WTF line, absolutely grinding. Shout out Oscar Sundquist for being there. Shout out to Brain Show for being a good captain. Phenomenal time. That's going to be all for me.
I don't know when the next video is. It's been a minute, but I appreciate all either 5 to 50 people who tune in. I'm just flabbergasted. Neither talk, neither rant. It's just unreal. I will catch you guys when I catch you next. Deuces, guys.